and gentlemen, welcome to the English news from Djibouti channels. Here are the headlines of our edition tonight. The main titles are: the President Gile participated at different discussions panel. On continental news, Turkish authority intercept a truck carrying migrants. Welcome if you join us. The President Emmanuel Macron launched yesterday the second edition of the Forum on Peace organized in Paris and bringing together some 30 international leaders, including the President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, at the Grand Hall de la Villette. The second edition of this forum was launched by the French president in front of the some 30 heads of state and government, coincide in 2018 with the century of the end of the Great War, aims to be a rally for the concentrate actions and good practice. The French president also stressed the role of Africa, if the continent has long have been an objective of multilateralism and it's becoming a subject of multilateralism, the head of state said during his speech. The president also participated the second session of Paris Forum hosted by the French by his counterpart, the anniversary of the truce of the First World War, which coincide at the revival of the son of the country. The Paris Peace Forum is part of the movement initiated by the President of the Republic, Mr. Emmanuel Macron, to emphasize the importance of the multilateralism and collective action to address these current challenges. The forum aims to advance peace by promoting global governance and promoting all ways to dispel international tensions, such as cooperations between nations to address transitional challenges, collectively manage global public poverty, and better regulate the internet and exchange. The different experts who participated at that forum. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, attached great importance to the issues of pluralism. In the margin of the opening, the head of state and government, as well as many other personalities, facilitated several meetings or discussions of panelists. The latter were interviewed by representatives of foundations, intellectuals, and representatives of the United Nations. The questions are focused on multilateralism, namely the perceptions of peace, security, and also finding solutions to the various crises affecting today's world. The President of the Republic, Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, given great importance to these questions. He stressed that the first of the answer, the civil society should be involved in decision making that must be done multilaterally and not only within the framework of government authorities. A workshop on local governance and public finance governance opened early this morning at the palace under the agencies of the Minister of Finance and the Minister of Decentralization. This first workshop on this theme was based on the feasibility study financed by the French Development Agency. At the heart of these reflections is local governance and how to organize the sharing of the process to building political decision making at the national level and strengthen the capacity of the institutions or mechanism concerned to implement institutional reforms. The government, through the decentralization process, is demonstrating its political will to ensure the effective empowerment of local authorities, say the Secretary General of the decentralizations. He added that the objective is to strengthen the capacity of reflect officials in the capital municipalities on social accountability tools applied to local governance in order to enable them to have a detailed knowledge of key concepts around local governance and decentralization, to master the technique of participatory planning, social accountability, as well as mechanism and understand its implications of planning and budget issues. The Minister of Finance say that the workshops also aims to strengthen the capacity of elected representative of the municipality of the capital on the different issues related the mechanism and the good governance in order to enable them to know about the key concept of the decentralizations. The Minister of Transport and Equipment, Mr. Musa Mohammed, received in his office the president of the Fish Resource and Water Company in Arab Republic of Egypt. The meeting was attended by the Egyptian ambassador, Dr. Mohammed Mustafa. The two sides discussed the aspect of bilateral cooperation in the field of logistic transport between the two countries. The International Judicial Police Training School on Wednesday morning hosted the closing ceremony of the third round of international training related to improving and enhancing the quality of investigators, which lasted for 6 weeks. The course, which began on October 1st, brought together about 20 trainees from 12 countries in the African and Indian Ocean, such as Senegal, Gabon, Mauritania, Mali, Guinea Conakry, Guinea Brazzaville, as well as Chad, Niger, Cote d'Ivoire, and other country. It's worth mentioning that the participating in this exercise participating for Djibouti Institute for the first time, and namely the National Gendarmerie, the National Police, the Coast Guard, as well as the National Security. The event was presided over by the Deputy Prosecutor Ibrahim Hussein and the presence of the Governor of Arta, the President of the Arta Regional Council, the Secretary Attaché of the French Embassy in Djibouti, as well as many other official forces of the army. In a speech on the occasion, the National Gendarmerie Commander Colonel Zakaria Hassan Adan congratulated the trainees on the completion of the 6-week training course, their diligence, their interest, and their achievement on their excellent result. He took the opportunity to pay tribute to the President of the Republic for his continuous support of the national military units, especially the National Gendarmerie. He also thanked all the personality who provide the necessary support to the National Gendarmerie. For his part, the acting prosecutor delivered a speech in which he spoke of the importance of these people and urged the trainees to continue efforts in order to transfer their required knowledge to the future generations. The commander of the Republican Guard, Colonel Mohammed Jama, received in his office the French ambassador in Djibouti, Mr. Arnaud. At the beginning of the interview, Colonel Jama expressed his thanks and appreciation to the French diplomat for his courtesy visit, which reflect the continued interest of promoting and developing Djiboutian relations between Djibouti and French in different fields. The commander of the Republic Guard also stressed the common desire of the two countries to deepen their relation and consolidate joint cooperation, including military cooperation, pointing out that this is reflected the mutual visits of the president of the two countries. For his part, the French ambassador to our country expressed thanks and gratitude to the commander of the Republic Guard for the warm hospitality. A delegation led by the chairman of the Port and Free Zone Authority, Mr. Abu Bakr Omar Hadi, headed to Cisco shipping headquarters in Shanghai, China. During the visit, the chairman of the Port and Free Zone Authority met the director of the administrative council and the president of the Cisco shipping and exchanged views with them on issues of common concern. The meeting was attended by the official of the Department of Strategy and Foundations Management and the Department of Practical Management and Public Relations. The African Parliament appointed Mr. Mahmoud Mustafa Zahir, member of the African Parliament and the chairman of the Committee on Transport, Science and Technology, participate in the Regional Parliamentary Conference for Africa under the title of Finding Comprehensive Solution on the Situation of Refugees. The Regional Parliamentary Conference was organized by the Inter-Parliamentary Union in cooperation with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees in Midrand in South Africa, within the framework of the development of 2022-2025 strategy of the National Union of Djibouti Women. The National Union of Djibouti Women organized a training course at its headquarters to enhance the skills and ability of the national society. In this regard, the U.S. Embassy in Djibouti, especially the ambassador of the U.S., Mr. Larry André, and the USAID representative in Djibouti, accompanied by the nearest visited the headquarters of the National Union of Djibouti to get acquainted with the activity of the institution, a framework of cooperation between the United Nations and the Republic of Djibouti to build the capacity of Djiboutian associations with regard to good governance and the unification of human capital within the framework of Djibouti 335 visions. Mrs. Larry André, the U.S. ambassador to Djibouti, met with the union officials. He was received by the Secretary General of the National Union of Djibouti. In a speech, project manager Mrs. Ruqya Jama Said said the National Union of Djibouti Women is carrying out many projects in the capital Djibouti and the interior region, expressing her pleasure to receive the U.S. ambassador in Djibouti. She said that this is the occasion was an important opportunity to address several issues, including the achievement and difficulties we face in carry out our project at the level of the National Union of Djibouti Women. She also pointed out that the organizations of a workshop brought together governmental and non-governmental partners to work, praising the importance of this session, which will allow to improve the visions of the activity of the union and redouble efforts. For his part, the U.S. ambassador to Djibouti expressed his happiness for the visit. He paid the Union headquarters, congratulating the officials and employees of the National Union for their daily work in the fields of education, health, as well as their activity to improve the living conditions of the citizens, especially women, encouraging everyone to continue the effort. He also expressed his readiness to work the implementations of the project of the Union and its partner in various fields. Peltier General Hospital hosted a training course for doctors and hemophilia, a bloody disease that causes hemophilia deficiency. This training course aims to discuss the discussions and develop the national plan to support patients with the disease. On the occasions, Dr. Fawzia Hassan Uthman praised the effort of Professor Hervé, a member of the World Federation of Hemophilia, to present the course. The training course allowed participants to identify diagnostic methods and harmonize the therapeutic protocol on the diseases in order to enhance the efficiency of the hospital and control the diseases, which is new in our country. In an effort to promote the status of Arabic language in Djibouti, the Saudi School Annual carries out the Arabic language teaching programs for non-native speakers, along with the regular schooling. The program, which has been well attended by Djiboutians, began 6 years ago and has so far graduated 5 batches, while the number of beneficiaries has reached about 150 students. The aim of the program is to provide educational services for those wishing to learn Arabic in our country. For his part, the head of the Saudi school in Djibouti stressed the great importance of the Arabic language teaching program for non-native speakers, which is organized annually by the school or for those wishing to learn Arabic. For international scene, the Turkish authorities intercepted a truck in the west of the country carrying dozens of migrants to Greece. The 82 people in the vehicle are all Afghan national and were on their way to Lesbos Island. For more details, follow Din's report.
Authorities intercepted a truck in the west of the country carrying dozens of migrants to Greece. The 82 people in the vehicle of all nationals and were on their way to the Lesbos Island. They were placed in a detention center. The driver of the vehicle was arrested. The number of people residing on the Greek Aegean Islands has been higher since the agreement between Brussels and Ankara in 2016 to prevent migrants from leaving Turkey.
Here we're at the end of this news edition. Thank you for watching us. Goodbye.